Okay, so let's wrap up for now with a discussion about developing support systems personally and professionally in the workplace and outside of the workplace. If I was going to give you a succinct version of this talk, it would be when you meet people who seem reasonably healthy in this field, who have congruent goals as yours, hold on to them. Don't lose track of them. You're going to need those people in your life. There's a story that I tell sometimes about my friend Keith. Keith and I are getting together for coffee this weekend, and we do that pretty regularly. I get to know about a lot of different professionals based solely on their reputation. And when I hear really good things about a person, I want to connect with them. I want to be able to refer to them. I want to maybe learn from their expertise or find ways in which our work complements each other. But what I want most is to connect with kindred spirits, to have very, very genuine people in my life that I can be totally real with. And what I found is that nothing sustains me better in my professional role than having people who really, really get me. And I can just be really vulnerable with them and talk with how I'm struggling or so the successes that I've had. You need to know people who are relatively secure in themselves so that they can be happy for you when you succeed. And we can celebrate each other's progress in really what is an ongoing journey. So when I first started hearing about Keith, a number of people that I really respect had benefited from his work as a healer, and so I decided to go looking for him. I wanted to get to know this guy, and I was shocked that no matter where I looked, I couldn't find an email address for this guy. He had a website, he had some stuff on social media, but nothing that allowed me to connect with him directly. And when it's the first time I'm connecting with somebody, I don't like to call people up out of the blue and say, hey, here's who I am and why you should want to know me. Email just feels less obtrusive to me. So I searched and searched and couldn't find anything. And so what I did, I guess, is a little bit corny. It's certainly outdated. I wrote him a quick letter and I said, listen, I've come to know you only by reputation. I would love to get to know you and be in a position to collaborate. I'd love to maybe see how our work can complement each other. And he responded immediately and enthusiastically. And we got together and had coffee. And within the first 5 minutes, I had a strong sense intuitively that, okay, this is somebody I'm supposed to know. This is somebody who's doing great work. This is somebody that I can learn from. And this is also somebody that I can teach. I quote Bill Nye sometimes. He said, everybody in the world knows something you don't. So if we approach each other with humility, we have greater opportunity for reciprocity. We get to learn and we get to teach. We get to give support and we get to receive it. In the absence of that, everything is too hard. Everything is a battle that we fight with ourselves. So I really want to encourage you as you begin your careers to be on the lookout. Be seeking people who seem to be genuine. Be seeking people who are really passionate about the work they do and committed to getting better. My experience is those folks sometimes are few and far between, and oftentimes the culture that we work in, the specific organization, maybe has some really rigid ideas about professionalism or self-expression or what's appropriate to share in the workplace and what isn't. So what I encourage people to do is to just take some small opportunities to share something with just a small amount of vulnerability. Just share something that's hard or something that you want to improve on and see how folks respond. And if they seem receptive to that, if they are welcoming of that, then there's an excellent chance that you found somebody who would be invaluable to add to your network. As uncomfortable as that is early on in your career, I can promise you that it will sustain you. It will help you in ways that nothing else will. And I think there's so much of our struggle that's specific to our profession. Um, I have a lot of wonderful people in my life, but many of them simply can't relate to what it's like to do what I do for a living. So I need to be connected to all kinds of people. I joke with my clients that I'm a very needy person. I need people that I haven't even met yet, but they're people that my higher power puts in my path, and we're there to help meet each other's needs. And the more that I practice that, the more I thrive in my profession, not just survive. So I wish that for you, and I welcome your questions or your stories about doing that. Counseling at roadrunner.com. Let me know what questions you have and what topics you'd like to see covered. Thanks.